Beer and loading.
Welcome to Beer and Loathing Under Oath, the show where we get down to real brass tacks with your favorite breweries. For the record, could you please state your full name?
Zack Christofferson.
Excellent. And what is the name of your business?
I'm with Chain Reaction Brewing Company, Denver, Colorado.
Excellent, thank you. And what is your position with said company?
I am one of the owners. I do marketing and all the kind of paperwork, bitch work.
Thank you, Zach. Do you pinky swear to tell something remotely resembling a true statement today?
Pinky and whatever else you can shake.
Right on, that's good enough for our lawyers. Now you are officially under oath on BnL. Could you please state for the record again what beer we are drinking today?
We have the Blackberry Impact. It is a blackberry, we're calling it a sparkling ale. We use the enzyme that you would use in a brute, but we like to stray away from the brute term because I think that term brute kind of got beat up for a few years there, as a lot of people used it for this super nice dry IPA, which I enjoyed, but this is definitely, it's not an IPA. It's lower IBU, super sessionable, and it's just a real nice basic dry beer that's crisp, refreshing, but uses blackberry. You get a little bit of tart and fruitiness.
I would agree with those statements. I would say there's accuracy and logic behind all of those. And I would also argue that in terms of you saying how Brute's been beat up a little bit, they might be a little black and blue, much like your blackberry,
Yes,
right here.
Definitely.
You said it's light refreshing. What's the ABV on this bad boy?
This weighs in right at about 5%.
Okay, that's good. Were there any hops at all? Is there any hop profile this bad, mother grabber?
There's a little bit of hops, but not much. I think we just we toss whatever's lightest in that we can, and it's mostly the blackberry that you're going to get. So very little hop character, a little bit of tart from that berry, and a nice little, almost like a Pilsner on it.
Were there any pastries involved, consumption while brewing or otherwise?
There's always pastries involved of consumption. This beer has a really fun story, actually. It was brewed originally with Square State out of Rock Springs, Wyoming, as a Collab Fest beer.
Okay.
And we wanted to base it off of a Royale cocktail, which is a cocktail it's kind of like a mimosa, but uses a little bit more berries in it. And they use raspberries, blackberry, whatever kind of berry I think you can throw in there. So we really like the uniqueness of a blackberry. So after eating plenty of Black Sky pizza and drinking some hot Scotties and just kind of divulging over a few different ideas, we came to the realization this was a great idea to just have a good drinking beer that's also complex and fun.
Awesome. Let the record show, I thought he was talking about a Royal Flush cocktail, not a Royale. And that is a very different drink. How many Haze Boys died waiting in line for this beer?
Oh, I think it got up to 75.
Really? Okay.
Yeah,
That's more than I expected. I expected this to be more of a humanitarian Haze Boy beer. This year, you would have celebrated your 6th anniversary, correct?
Yeah, June 21st.
Oh, that's amazing. Congratulations on 6 years, regardless of COVID f***ing that right over.
It certainly did.
Can you confirm for the record that you took me for a spin on your chair at your 5th anniversary last year?
Confirmed.
All right.
There was another male involved.
That is true. We cannot forget that Bri-Fi, and can you confirm for the fact that Bri-Fi was pouring beers into our mouth while this was happening?
Yes, I believe it was a trickle-down effect.
I believe it was, yes. I have many memories of that night.
Much like economics, but a little bit more productive.
At least we got something out of that trickle-down
Yes.
situation.
Yes.
Given our performance last year on our little joyride, how far down the road do you think we would have made it in 2020?
I think we, all the way the yellow brick, around the wizard's house, and back to the kingdom.
And I was wearing my ruby slippers, so that is very much a plausible and very feasible fact. I like that.
Part of the process.
So now, could you please state for the record whether you are or are not a chemist?
Sometimes it just depends. I eat a lot of onions. I eat a lot of garlic. I love fermented food. So we have a chemistry inside of me that I feel this burning passion sometimes inside of me.
And I feel that passion coming from you right now. There might even be a little bit of physical chemistry going on right now. Even though we've known each other for a few years, so it might just be a delayed onset of admittance here.
Even at 6 foot distance, we still have that.
While not being a professional chemist, could you please explain why you chose Chain Reaction Brewing as the name for your brewery?
Chad and I kind of always looked at it as, well, you know, the ingredients are grown and then they're used and then we send them back to some agriculture stuff for feeding animals or whatever. Well, that also in the name idea process was that we came from different trades, whether it was carpentry or metal or cars or cooking, whatever our parents, grandparents had taught us. That was a chain reaction of the trades, and that's kind of where our trade took us now. We wanted to create something with our hands and use our passion. It wasn't just about creating, but it was about what we had a passion for.
You, on occasion, have been known to enjoy spicy foods, yes?
Yes.
Could you please state for the record what the spiciest thing you've put in your mouth has been? Food items only at this point.
Well, I'm glad you clarified that because you are in the room, so we do have to always watch when Sam Sly is in the room. What could be the spiciest hunk of meat?
You never know. You never know.
But I've had a wing called Chernobyl, which I had a couple of them. It blurred my vision. I kind of drooled on myself for a little bit, but I loved it at the same time. I've done the Death Nut Challenge. That was fun and interesting. The one chip is always fun and interesting. A fun story, though, is I remember there was a fundraiser going on at Boggy Draw.
Okay.
And Danny Cash Hot Sauce was there as a sponsor. And he brought some of one of his hottest, the multiple personalities. And to help raise money for the cause that was going on, I did it first myself, and then I gathered some other brewers, and there's other brewers that'll tell you how much they hate me for this, but donate some money, and this line of brewers will do a shot of multiple personality hot sauce.
Oh, okay.
And we did a couple of those, and I remember Bri-Fi calling me that night, or we called each other, and it burned to pee because it was pure capsaicin right through the urethra.
So you have experienced an experience I myself have experienced.
Oh.
After I did the Death Nut Challenge myself, the next day I was questioning exactly what I had done with my life to deserve that much burning in my urethra. So I've also heard rumors, mostly from your own mouth, that you like to do a little late night shopping on Amazon after you've had enough booze to chill Texas the f*** out. Can you verify this for the record?
It's true. I've like to have a couple of double IPAs, maybe some barley wines, imperial stouts. I sure do enjoy that Laws and Bear Creek whiskey as well. And with that also comes hanging out when you're a husband and a father of 2 young ladies, that you hang out in the garage and you really do enjoy purchasing a whole case of extra hot microwavable pork rinds or snack pack size, every flavor of corn nuts. Also, just sometimes you gotta hit the search button on Amazon for hot shit. And you get the hottest queso you can, beef jerky, maybe some peanuts. And you see what shows up on your doorstep, and sometimes it's good, sometimes it's a little off.
And so using the term hot shit in your search, has that resulted in any like flaming turds actually landing on your doorstep yet at all?
It has not.
That's excellent. So of all the things that you've mentioned, what is the strangest item that you have received that you did not remember ordering from Amazon one night?
That case of pork rinds was a bit of a surprise. You also have to look at the Dietz and Watson, I believe it's called, out of Pennsylvania, which I saw an ad for Gritty Sauce, which is the mascot for the Philadelphia Flyers, which is, I think it's a spicy mayo or something, but I was on there, and that was a bit of a surprise because I know I ordered the sauce. And I also ordered some swoop sauce, which is a wasabi mustard dedicated to the Philadelphia Eagles.
Swoop, there it is, I'm sure is what they go with.
Yeah, and let this be known on the record that I'm not from Philly. I just enjoy people from Philly and their sauce and meat concoctions.
Some might even say people from Philly are saucy in their own right, so...
Oh, they're very saucy folks, and I think that's why I like them, because I like getting a little sauced.
Yeah, I think we all can.
But with that shipment came multiple bags of Dietz nuts, which are actually tiny chopped up Slim Jims flavored in multiple different flavors. And they've been a family treasure ever since they've shown up, and we've really enjoyed those.
So wait, they're chopped up bits of meat that are flavored, they call them nuts?
Yep. And every flavor, there's sriracha, honey maple, original.
Philly never ceases to amaze me. Thank you for that, Zach. We have one final question for you. Could you please spell out your name and iterate why that is the correct spelling of Zack?
Yes, of course. Z-A-C-K. Now that's correct. Z makes a Z. A makes a A. C-K makes a K. Zack. Now, if you spell your name with an H, Z-A-Ch. We've been to English class. Check.
But we're not allowed in England anymore, so maybe that class doesn't apply. But thank you for joining us. Do you have anything you'd like to say before you go off the record?
I thank you, Sam Sly, for coming down, bringing the whole Beer and Loathing crew. I'm glad we could space out over 350 feet.
It was a chore, but we made it happen.
It is quite the crew. I never thought the Beer and Loathing crew was quite this large, but as with things, sometimes the larger, the more surprised you are. So
we draw a lot from high school dropouts.
That's good. Everybody's good at something, I always say. Everybody had their masks on. I saw them all washing their hands really nicely. So that was really interesting to see. What a great group of humans you all are.
Yeah, sharing a tub of water like that is just the best thing you could possibly see.
Definitely is. But I guess to finish it off, I'd love for anybody to join us. Come down to Chain Reaction. We have plenty of tables in the tap room and patio, all socially distanced, and we try to be as safe and welcoming as possible for you. Just please wash your hands, wear your mask. If you're not feeling good, stay at home. We can get you beers other ways, or I hear there's liquor stores doing direct IV lines of whiskey and things like that. So come on down, be part of our Chain Reaction family. We also have beers to go for anybody that just wants to go camping, maybe take a little weekend off, grill it in the back. We're just happy to be part of the Colorado beer family and also the Beer and Loathing family, because as we drink this craft beer together, we also are all loathing together during these Rona times. So cheers to beer.
I couldn't have said it better. Here at Beer and Loathing Under Oath, we're all about the truth, but we're all about the passion, and Zach has that in spades. So thank you again, Zach. Until next time, I'm Sam Sly.
I was trying to think of other things that started with CH, and I couldn't.
Chode, Chip, Chernobyl.
Chernobyl
just three off the top of my head.